right. Happy holidays.
There you go.
From all of us, the entire staff of the Eternal Baseball.
Yeah, please watch the final credits. It will
Right,
last for quite
exactly.
some time.
Try not to leave anybody out. But yeah, it's the most wonderful time of the year. Even better when you've got baseball. And we've got hopefully a good one for you tonight. Uh, I was dying to get the Cubs on the broadcast because they are running away with best team in season 3 of Eternal Baseball. So it's Cubs Dodgers, and I totally forgot that the Dodgers played like 3 weeks ago. We did Montreal at LA. So the Dodgers are getting on for the second time. They were giving San Francisco a little run out there in the West, and then they fell off a cliff. They lost, I think, 8 of 10. So we're trying to get the Dodgers back online, and I have to look into it. But I don't think we've ever been the Dodgers before. We've played against them, but I don't remember you sending Jackie 4 times a game.
Zach Wheat.
Right,
Welcome.
Zach Wheat and Duke Snyder, and it's funny because I think we're connected to hundreds of team specific Facebook groups to our Eternal Baseball page, and one of the most passionate fan groups, or should I say subgroups, are the Brooklyn Dodger fans. So whenever I've got anything going on with the Dodgers, if I can, I try. It's a little sleight of hand. I never refer to them as the LA Dodgers, right? Just the Dodgers, and never just Los Angeles. And like for today's game, I always try to find a picture that doesn't show advantage between the two squads. So I had, a Cub diving for home and a catcher sweeping the tag, and you don't know, right? So it's Dodgers, Cubs, no favorites. But for the Brooklyn fans, I found like a 1930s picture of just a Cub and a Brooklyn Dodger just laughing next to each other.
Nice.
And because I'm not putting any LA stuff on the Brooklyn. There's actually one of the Brooklyn pages says no LA.
Ooh.
So we know what they're talking about.
Walking the tightrope there. Yeah.
They dig our stuff because there ain't a lot of Brooklyn Dodger news breaking these days. So.
You're right.
And
Duke Snyder updates aren't
right. What's going on?
Frequently.
What's going on with Zach Weed? So anyway,
they've got their Google alerts set to say, well, one of these days, man, it's just going to hit.
What does Zach Weed do? What Pee Wee Reese up to these days?
Right.
So anyway, but our Dodger team is at least, I don't know, 40% Brooklyn. So we're going to see what they see. And the Dodgers are shaking up a little bit today. Don Drysdale coming out of the pen, making his first start of the year. So, and he was kind of a lost soul in the pen. I don't think he's pitched this year at all. So gotta get Drysdale into the game. And apologies ahead of time. I cannot get the computer to say Drysdale right. I'm pretty sure it's Drisdale.
Hey.
And I keep trying and no luck. So
anyway. Close enough for government work, right?
Yeah, we'll get to it. So some teams are shaking some roster stuff up this week. We saw Trey Mancini won Player of the Day for the Orioles midweek, and a fan brought up, I can't even believe he made the squad. And I'm like, I know he's kind of on the edge there. And I looked down, and sure enough, Baby Doll Jacobson should have that spot. So my favorite part about inputting the stats for Baby Doll Jacobson is I type in first thing name Baby Doll, last name Jacobson, and then it says nickname. Like, his name's Baby Doll. I think his real name is like Chester George Jacobson.
It's like this guy doesn't even have a birth certificate. I'm sorry, there's nothing we can do about this.
Just went by Baby Doll. That's fine. See, the Birmingham Knights shook things up in their pitching staff because they've been getting shelled. Even though they lead the terrible AL South at 10-17.
Whoa, what is going on, man? Somebody step up.
If you're Texas or Kansas City or Tampa Bay, man, you miss your train because we know Birmingham's always good and they're not going to be 10-17 forever. So anyway,
somebody could be up 10 games right now.
Wow. Yeah, big time, right? So let's take a look at the week that was in Eternal Baseball here. There we go. And yeah, as always, a bit of an eye chart. But it's actually pretty rare for teams to have perfect weeks or perfectly rotten weeks. So kudos to the Pittsburgh Pirates and Roberto Clemente, the NL Player of the Day today. 6-0 for the Pirates. And at 20-9, they are the second best team in the entire league and 3 games behind the Cubs because they have the unfortunate positioning in the
This could be the Manny Sanguian MVP season.
could be, or who's that? Tony Pena.
Yeah.
Fights for that slot too, but it's actually Jason Kendall who's been really, really good for them. So anyway, hey, Pirate fans, I know it's been a long, I don't know, decade, but around here, your Pirates are pretty damn good. So kudos to the 6-0 Pirates. Also, good weeks also for the Yankees, the Giants, the White Sox, and the Orioles, all 5-1. And then your rotten week, go to the aforementioned Kansas City Royals. And just get it.
Jeez. Come on, buddy Biancalana.
They have George Brett leading off right now, just trying to get anybody on base. The Dodgers are 0-6 this week. So are the Padres. The Padres are awful. And a lot of that is Randy Jones won, I think, like 23 games for him last season, and he's like 2-5. So their ace is reeling, and they could really use him right about now. We also mentioned Texas is having a rough year. Milwaukee had a rough week. Everybody else kind of in the middle, but that's what it kind of looked like this week in tournament baseball. And then standings here with the some league leaders over there on the side. Looking at the American League right here. My boy Ricky Henderson hitting like 210, but he's still got 10 steals, so we appreciate him keeping the wheels turning.
This is the second bad season in a row, right?
Yeah, it really is. And the first year he stole like 148 bases, which is awesome to break his own record. But the one I'm watching here, and the Red Sox haven't exploded yet, 16-13 there. I think they're like 2 games back off the wild card right now. But the best ERA in the American League, I think in all of baseball, is Carl Mays of the Boston Red Sox. I don't know anything about Carl Mays. But if their number 4 starter is the best guy in the whole league, I'm pretty confident in a rotation that's Cy Young, Pedro Martinez, Roger Clemens, and then the best guy.
Jeez.
So I'm looking for Boston to get dangerous.
Yeah, they're about to ramp, huh?
Yeah, real fast. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else of note. Just to Washington. Look at the Nats. The Nats are always bad, and that's not their fault because they don't even get to draw from the Expos, right?
Yeah.
They only go back to 2005. That's a thin roster, even though they still have Bryce Harper and Anthony Rendon and Max Scherzer and some of the luminaries who have exited, Juan Soto. But they usually get their teeth kicked in, and here they are, 2 games back of Philadelphia. So
Nick Johnson doing his job.
Yeah, kudos to the Nats and how they're turning things around. So we like that. And Oakland is a lot better. They were awful last year, so they seem to have put things right. So anyway, we promised we try to get things done within an hour. So let's move on down here to December.
What's your thoughts on the Correa deal? Real quick. That seemed Carlos Correa.
I think the Giants had so much money waiting for Judge that they had to spend it somewhere.
That's so much money for 13 years with a guy who's had back issues.
That's the bit for me. I don't care about the years and I don't care about the money. I see so much online where fans are saying, "Oh, the money." It's not your money. Right? And if they didn't spend it, do you think parking was going to come down this season? Like,
free parking. We couldn't sign anybody.
Right? But we pay money to payroll, so hot dogs are only $6.
Say hi to Rod Beck. He's
it's not happening. So I don't mind the money. I don't care about the years. I find it weird when, especially like in work stoppages, when fans are pro-owner. Yeah. Right? Like I can't identify with these millionaire players, but these billionaire owners, I feel for them. Really
it's funny though. There is a certain wage threshold, right? Where like a per year salary that it's weird. Like you see it in all the professional sports. It's like in your mind, there's this one threshold. It's like if they pass it, it's like, oh man, that's it's too much.
the bit for me that's surprising from a cash standpoint, So I think Paul Hembekides made this point on Buster Olney's podcast is like the Mets let DeGrom go for as much money as Texas paid him for a guy that injury prone. He's fantastic, right? But that injury prone. And then they signed Verlander and Kodai Senga and who's the old Pirates, Cubs? The other guy, he was with St. Louis last year, another starter. They signed 3 starters, all told, for the price that DeGrom made with Texas. And it's just surprising that starting pitchers are still making this much money when their role has been mitigated pretty much. When it's like, just give me 5, kid. Like,
Yeah.
and now like the top level guys are making more than $1 million per start.
Ooh,
Like,
Lordy.
if you're a 5 inning guy, and I know Verlander, Cole, Scherzer, the upper crust are not 5 inning guys, but still, it's like 200 grand an inning, a half inning, right? Because they don't even bat anymore. So
It's amazing. Yeah.
So
I mean,
that,
just
like,
kind of, yeah, it makes you cry. I remember when they broke down Shaquille O'Neal's like per made free throw
right?
back in the day. And it was, oh man.
Look at me blocking my camera.
Oh,
Sneaky.
got some
Okay.
travelers.
Yeah, occasionally I got some traffic here. I'm on the train tracks a bit.
There you go.
But
Perfect.
yeah, we did that for in college as a radio bit. Marcus Jordan, Michael's son, went to like University of Central Florida or somewhere, and they had to ditch their Adidas contract that the whole school had because Marcus Jordan couldn't be seen wearing anything but Air Jordans, right? So they threw away like a $10 million Adidas contract so Marcus Jordan could wear Nikes.
And that was all the sports program?
The whole college canceled their
Wow.
Adidas contract. And Marcus Jordan wasn't a very good college basketball player. So we figured out what he was making per point versus the money they'd lost. And then we would check in on it every week. And then I was a weekly guest on this radio show. And we'd come in. And then we'd imagine that if like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar had made that pay rate per point in the NBA, how much that would have been, or how many his dad would have made on that 55-point night in the Garden. And
it's especially harsh when Jabbar had those. Didn't somebody embezzle money from him and stuff?
I think that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we did Wilt's 101-point game. Like, how much is that worth in Marcus Jordan money? Anyway, but yeah, that's the only thing that really makes me shake my head cash wise in this offseason is, wow, starting pitchers are still getting paid. Guys like Sean Manaea is a decent pitcher, right? He got 2 years, $25 million for 5 innings to start. Even the bad starts, right? Like, anyway.
All right.
Off my soapbox. Yeah, I always got to make sure I get to the right month. So December 22, first game off the Monday schedule, and it is Dodgers Cubs. And let's see if Chicago picks the right starter. One thing I'm having trouble with is predicting the starters, because sometimes they'll start a guy, they'll skip the 5th starter. So I always put out there, out into cyberspace, hey, it's going to be Dodgers Cubs, and it's Don Drysdale versus Jack. I think I said, who did I think it was going to be? Anyway, I thought it was going to be somebody, and I think it's Arrieta, actually. So,
oh yeah,
we'll see if they get it. Yep, we get Arrieta. Okay, good. Truth in advertising. But we control this half of it, and it's definitely Don Drysdale. Now, we're hitting against a righty, that's Arrieta, so let's see how the Dodgers are doing against right-handers this season. And we're, how many games in? 30? So OPS versus right. All right, here you go, Roto. This is ranked in order. Looking at Pedro Guerrero, Reggie Smith, Zach Wheat, Gil Hodges. That's our top 4. What do you like?
Let's get Zach Wheat in there. We got to play Duke, I think, even though he's scuffling a little bit.
Yeah. They don't really have another good option in center. So Snyder's definitely in there, but he might be further down than you'd expect.
Justin Turner, Red Sox.
Current Red Sox now.
Yeah, wow.
The Boston fans shamed their team into signing someone. So that's a 2-year deal for a third baseman, though. What's that tell you about the future of Rafael Devers? Just saying. All right, so we got Zach Wheat, a lefty. That might put Reggie Smith hitting third to split our lefties up, or he's switch hitter.
Sure.
So you got Guerrero and Gil Hodges, maybe for 2 and 4.
I think you do. I just would like to see Pedro Guerrero in there.
All right, so you want him 2 or 4?
Let's go. Let's put him at the 2-hole. Let's get a little bit weird.
And then Gil Hodges at 4. Looks like you could go Seager next as a lefty. So we're split up nice here. But Hodges would play first. Guerrero can play third, but he might be a DH too, depending on.
Okay.
Yeah. If you want to play Turner, you could play Turner at third. He's a slightly better third baseman, and that would let you put Guerrero as DH.
So let's get Jackie and Duke, and
so Jackie.
Get Babe Herman in there. What do you think, or do we do?
Herman only plays right field, so he's at a terrible first. So with the DH already gone, Babe's on the bench. But it gives you could put Snyder in here to break up your righties, and then Campanella to catch.
Yeah, looks good.
There you go.
All right.
So as another slightly more famous redhead once said, it's time for Dodger baseball.
He was so good.
Welcome to Wrigley Field for tonight's game between Los Angeles and Chicago. Los Angeles has lost 6 straight, and 8 of their last 10. Chicago has won 8 of their last 10. Don Drisdale starts for Los Angeles, making his first start. He'll be opposed by Jake Arrieta for Chicago. He's made 4 starts on the year and is 2-1 with an earned run average of 1.65. His first start against Los Angeles, it's 56 degrees, wind speed 10 miles per hour, out to left center field. Pitching for Chicago, number 49, Jake Arrieta. Leading off for Los Angeles, left fielder, Zach Wheat.
Play ball!
Yeah, you can say Arrieta right, but not Drisdale.
Drisdale
and Koufax, what a combo.
King Kelly sneaking in, I love it.
Right?
Wait, he's Chicago. Is he Chicago?
Yeah, he's
Cubs or White Sox?
No, he's Cub.
Okay, gotcha, man.
So if you're Gabby Hartnett or Wilson
watch your back.
Watch out for that banana peel by the shower. King Kelly wants your job. Yep. For those of you who don't know or might be new to us, King Kelly is a player from like the 1910s who makes the all-time Cubs roster, but on their inactive roster. And he plays everywhere defensively, but his ratings like vary, if you can call it that, between a 1 and a 3 on a 10-point scale. So we've called him the rusty Swiss Army knife because he can play anywhere and disappoint you everywhere. And that's King Kelly. So look out for him.
And he keeps getting called up randomly. That's the funniest part. Like
he just keeps popping up on the roster. I'll be going through, like, Cubs have, Hack Wilson hits 3 homers, and I'm going through the box score to pull him for player of the day. There's King Kelly on a Wednesday, just showing up. So anyway, Zach Wheat's a good bunter.
Sure.
And Gabby Hartnett's a good catcher. And Jake Arrieta's a fantastic fielder, apparently. So
look how far back El Santo is, though. Let's bun it.
I actually, before the game, out of respect, I took down the photo of El Santo, Mexican wrestling legend, and replaced it with, because I don't want to make Cub fans angry. But after the game,
it's back.
Right back. And just as an update, Fred McGriff making the Hall of Fame, we took down his Tom Amansky defensive drill and gave him an actual good-looking Braves photo.
Man.
Out of respect. So, anyway, Zach Wheat's going to bunt his way on here. No.
Designated hitter,
No, he's not.
Pedro Guerrero.
There we go.
Just like that. We're off the run. Really good.
Right fielder, Reggie Smith.
Here. Pedro Guerrero, 27%, steal second.
That's not the 4th yet.
Yeah, I think we'll let that one go. Here's Reggie Smith.
First baseman, Gil Hodges.
Run.
Pitching for Los Angeles, Don Drisdale.
I tried to
leading off for Chicago, catcher, Gabby Hartnett.
It can say Campanella. It can't say Drysdale. Gabby Hartnett. Oh, man. I don't know if it was first pitch, but.
Designated hitter,
start,
number 17, Chris Bryant.
So for all you fans out there going, they're leading off the catcher? Yes, they are.
Strike 3.
First baseman, number 44, Anthony Rizzo.
I got a new respect for Rizzo because I'd never watched him much, just don't get a lot of Cubs games.
Third baseman,
Ron.
Ron
But once
Santo.
he came over to the Yankees, I saw him a lot. I'm a Yankee fan. Man, he catches everything at first.
Yeah, he's picks. You're talking about Aaron throws mainly.
Just low hops, and he's so smooth defensively. And as a Yankee fan, coming from the Mattingly, Tino Martinez, Mark Teixeira, like the years when they had Giambi trying to play first, it was just jarring when a short hop went under the glove, right? Like I'm not used to dealing with that. So
right.
I'm happy to have not that Rizzo can't hit, but I would call him glove first at this point in his career, and I'm totally fine with that. So, good to see him.
Rob has a comment about Gil Hodges.
Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, I'll give you that. Speaking of all glove, Ron Santos steps in.
Oh man.
Duke Sullivan.
Shortstop, number 5, Corey Seager.
Corey Seager. That's in there.
Third baseman, number
20%,
10, Justin.
20%.
I always thought Seager was gonna be faster.
You would think, right?
Yeah, for some reason I always thought he would be a decent base stealing threat, but no. All right, come on, Turner.
Right, redhead Justin Turner.
Second baseman, number 42, Jackie Robinson.
Love it. Great pitch. Okay, great pitch.
Yeah, that's the beauty of this game and this format, man.
I love seeing them all next to each other, right?
Yeah.
It's cool. All right, Jackie. Oh, wild pitch. Go, Seager.
Just Ernie Banks hanging out there at short.
Right. Javier Baez sulking on the bench.
Huck Wilson looking over in the right field stands. Somebody looking for that guy who said the inappropriate comment.
Right? It's like, it looks like he's doing what? What was that? Okay, Duke Snyder. Sosa seems to have a beat on that. Yeah. Send Seager to third. 41% chance. Yeah.
Not feeling it.
He's in scoring position anyway. So, no, we're not sending.
Catcher, Roy Campanella.
All right, Roy. Maybe that's foul.
Go foul.
Blow on it.
Right fielder,
Nope.
Sammy Sosa.
All right. Well, we threatened a little bit. Here's Sammy.
Second baseman, Ryan Sandberg.
Rhino. Oh, he got a lot of that. Yeah. I have a friend, big Cubs fan, gave his firstborn son the middle name Ryan. Okay. Middle name?
Left fielder,
Okay,
Billy
Williams.
Williams.
Yeah, it's probably pretty safe too.
Yeah,
right?
Not bad, right?
At this point, he's old enough where there won't be any massive scandal of any kind, right?
Probably. Billy Williams was a much better player than I ever knew when I dug into his numbers. Man, could he hit. That's one of my favorite parts of all the stat entering we've done over the years in here is learning about guys I didn't know much about. Billy Williams, just a terrifying hitter. But not right now.
Center fielder, Hack Wilson.
Great name.
Look at Hack, man.
Oh, he just did it too, I think.
Wow.
Might not be Drysdale's day. Third homer in the first 2 innings.
Shortstop, Ernie.
Counterpoint. Those are the only hits.
Right? True. He's not walking anybody. All right. I'll try to let him get out of this, but I'm skeptical on Drysdale. All right. The first guy he puts on next inning, which hopefully isn't the 4th home run. I'm getting somebody ready.
Fair enough.
I'm not feeling it.
Come on, Zach Wheat.
Zach Wheat is going to hit this time. Or not.
Hot dog,
yeah.
The reason we chose was Sim. Pretty good sim.
Where do you think the sim got that? Do you think one of the guys coding was just like, yeah, I could do that sound effect for you?
Yeah, or his uncle or something, right? Like, come on. You want to be a hot dog guy?
Maybe there's just a sound effect.
Not much.
There might be just a sound effect site that has that.
Here we go, Reggie Smith. Getting this started.
Yeah, Rob doesn't think Drysdale is going to take this one.
Yeah. Where's Sal Magley when you need him? Right?
The barber. Love it.
All right, 35% for Reggie Smith. He's not going anywhere. Hill, though, with a little single to right. And Reggie takes third. Here we go. Little 2-out rally for Corey Seager. Run, Corey, run.
Oh, he's there. He's got it. In.
He did. Scores a run. Nice. Justin Turner. Run, Justin, run. Not the same wheels. It's the beard that's slowing him down. The air drag,
You're right. A lot of
all
drag
right,
there.
3-1. A tangible hit. We like that. All right, that's it, Drysdale. I warned you.
Man, Hardnett just killing us.
Let's see who's. I think we can warm up for. Do we have Fernando? No, Fernando doesn't quite make the Dodger roster, which is ridiculous.
How about Don Sutton? Let's get those curls up.
The funny bit was it's Sutton's spot that Drysdale took in the rotation. So this would be the Schadenfreude would be amazing. So
all right,
go ahead, Don, warm it up.
Woo.
Justin Turner on the job.
Strike 3.
Wait, so are they just going to DH Turner? What's the?
I guess. Or
Are they going to?
I mean, it's injury insurance for Devers, but he's never been brittle. He's pretty solid. But I mean, last year they signed Trevor Story with Bogarts under contract for one more year, and people are like, "What are they going to do?" I think we figured out what they were going to do.
Yeah, there you go.
So it's weird.
Strike 3.
It's weird not seeing Boston be players for the top, not just the top free agents, but to keep their own guys. Like,
Yeah, that is strange, right?
what the funny thing is it's not out of character. If you go as far back as Tris Speaker, right? How many legends has Boston let go from Tris Speaker to and some of it worked. Like they traded Nomar away, but they won a world title with that deal. But I mean, Nomar and Boggs and Fred Lynn and Tony Figliero and Roger Clemens and Mo Vaughn, and this isn't a new thing to have big names. Ellis Burks, good guy, really good talent, homegrown talents leaving Boston. So
Jacoby Ellsbury.
Jacoby Ellsbury look like it.
I gotta mention him every time. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and a good Oregon boy. But it's not that new. But wow, it's kind of like when Florida State stopped being really competitive in college football, or Nebraska or Texas.
Yeah, it's weird, right? You just sort of assume they're gonna rear their head.
When a program that's been good for 40 years just goes dark for a decade, they should be good, right? They just aren't. So we'll see what Boston puts it, if Boston can put it together. Jackie Robinson's up. Run, Jackie, run. Man, I just expect him to beat out anything.
I know, right? But he didn't have crazy stolen base numbers, right? Like over his career? Yeah.
No, I don't know if that was overhyped or I think it was Buck O'Neill, the really famous storyteller from the Negro Leagues, said wistfully once, "I wish Major League fans had seen Jackie when he was Jackie." Like the idea that as phenomenal as he was, his best stuff was still done before he got the chance.
Gotcha.
So,
well, less importantly, I always bring that up about Arvidas Sabonis with the. It's not a perfect one-to-one analogy. I understand.
Yeah, Jackie and the big Lithuanian probably have a whole lot in common. But yeah, I think the Blazers might win a title with Sabonis in for Duckworth, maybe.
Oh, are you kidding, man? I could argue this for hours that they would have put a huge dent in that Chicago Bulls dynasty.
Yep.
I mean, can you imagine swapping out Duckworth for some? Anyway, back to the action.
Yeah, anyway, Sabonis will be an eternal basketball coming to
Yeah,
you soon.
right. Stay tuned.
Which, if there were more of us, would actually be a reasonable endeavor. But
Strike 3.
there
Hero.
we go. Sutton's ready to come in, but Drysdale has earned a reprieve, at least for a little bit. I don't know anything about Justin Turner, but the 2020 World Series where he got removed from the field because he tested positive for COVID,
Yeah.
and then he ran back out with no mask to celebrate with his teammates. This was, October of 2020, when it was a lot scarier than it eventually became. And
Right.
I was not a fan. Let me just put it gently.
Yeah, that was tough. I mean, it's one of those things, though. Knowing now, I don't think it'll be viewed too negatively.
Yeah, I get it. Like finally winning the World Series with your boys, but
Were they testing during the game? That's the other thing I don't quite understand. They were just delayed on the morning testing or
I don't remember what it was, because you would think there would have to be a daily test before they were allowed to take the field.
Well, yeah,
right?
it seems like he would not be in the game at all. Versus at that point, well, okay,
maybe he was coughing during the game, and so they went, look, just let us swab and we'll take a look or something.
Oh, okay, yeah, maybe.
I don't know, but yeah, it's a good point. Here's Billy Williams. Oh, I told you.
Laser.
The same guy who said Billy Williams is a terrifying hitter is the same guy who said, looks like Drysdale has righted the ship. No, he hasn't.
He's only given up 4 hits.
He's
Unfortunately,
done.
they've all gone
homers.
They've all gone 450.
He's done.
Oh, you're nuking.
From Los
Right.
Look
Angeles,
at that.
Don Sutton.
He-
Dude, is this when Don Sutton was like coaching his high school
here's
son's
the
team after he retired? Or
the answer to the Jeopardy question: what Oscar Gamble would have looked like as a white guy.
there you go, right?
Don Sutton. Loving it, Don. Let's see if there's some vengeance in that right arm.
We gotta find a picture.
Oh, come on.
Oh, he's got it. Can of
right,
corn.
Zach
Can of corn.
And Zach Wheat leads off. How many times you see it? You make a great catch. You lead off the next inning and you hit a foul ball.
Pummel.
Run, Zach, run. Everything bang. Look at that infield outside of Santo, who was a defensive legend with like 6 gold gloves that I don't know how he won. Banks, Sandberg, Rizzo. I mean, 888, not bad.
Yeah, Rob's got a Don Sutton.
Pretty much. Good look, though.
So do you think was Santo one of those guys that just dove a lot? Or, he's kind of like Jeter, where Jeter was a good defender, but he wasn't like this all-world defender like everybody made him out to be, with the jump throws and stuff.
Yeah, I need to talk to Cubs fans and find out, because he won gold gloves with like 26 errors. So if his range was so spectacular that he was getting the stuff that no human being should, okay. Or if he had a bad first baseman who like couldn't dig out any throw that wasn't center cut,
Yeah.
okay, maybe. But wow, just the history of him as Brooks Robinson Jr. does not match the stats.
Yeah.
As someone who never saw him play, I need more info, because it just don't make sense.
That would be interesting. I just assume he just made some spectacular diving plays. Maybe they were just average plays where other guys would just, wouldn't leave their feet, but
right.
Maybe he did a bunch over the shoulder stuff in the foul grounds.
Yeah.
And,
or I don't need to look into it. Maybe there just was nobody else doing anything at third base in the National League back then. But
that could be.
I know that gold gloves are a bit overrated, right? Like over the years, it was best good fielder who also hit a lot, right? But anyway, he's not terribly well represented here with his 4 over there at third base. So anyway. Yeah, well, Rob makes a good point.
That's true. Huh?
And Banks does end up playing first sometimes when Baez is in, but anyway. We were just saying last week that any good shortstop should play a pretty good first base. But maybe that wasn't true in Chicago.
Yeah, I don't know. You would think he'd be good. I mean, just picking the ball, just muscle memory alone should be, I don't know. Maybe not.
I don't know what it was. It's confusing to me. But look at Reggie Smith down the line. Hey, I saw I got to find the picture. Maybe we'll share it on the page. I found a high school field in Oklahoma. It's an overhead shot, like a top-down Google Earth kind of thing. And it's 275 down the lines and left and right. The whole field is symmetrical. But the football field runs up into the outfield. So it's 6'10" to straightaway center. It's a diamond, and then it just goes, woo! It looks like it's wearing a top hat.
Oh, that's rad.
I assume they put some kind of fence in there come baseball time. But
This is like, we're only watching Jose Batista hitting videos, guys. Like, I want you to pull it as hard as you can.
we're going up
Sell out every pitch.
going up to the track coach and saying, I need a center fielder.
You're right.
Help me out. All right,
Yeah,
Gil Hodges.
yeah, Rob saying it's the Polo Grounds.
Yeah, pretty much, right? Gil Hodges steps in with Reggie Smith at second, 2 down. Ain't going to do it. Grounds out to Jake Arrieta, who's a 10 defensively. You don't see 10s that often. So I don't remember Arrieta's being some kind of.
I remember hearing he was a good fielder. I didn't see that many, play that often, but yeah, 10 seems awfully impressive.
You think you would have given some tips to John Lester, right? He couldn't throw to a base. Weirdest thing. All right, here's Ernie Banks.
That picture of Don Sutton, dude.
Maybe I owe him a little more respect. I don't know, but
We can put a little salt and pepper in there, maybe.
yeah, it's pretty much all salt. I like the perm though.
That was a heck of a perm fro, though.
Yeah.
Holy cow!
Still a good look. Gabby Hartnett,
Oh man,
who led off the game with a rocket shot. Zach Wheat seems to be all over that. Corey Seager.
Strike three.
Boom.
Tear out.
It's getting, as Yogi would say, it's getting late early here. Look at Sando fielding 20 feet foul and throwing the guy out. Maybe I'm underrating him.
hey, Tino's in the house. Welcome.
Oh, now we're talking. Yeah,
That was a good win.
Man, I saw the best shirt, and it's brilliant because whoever made it had to pay no royalties. And it's it's the outline of the state of Ohio in maize or yellow. And then Ohio is colored in Michigan blue. And it has the score of the last 2 Michigan-Ohio State games, which were Wolverine wins. And underneath it says, "Our bitch again."
Woo! Wow.
Dude. Very nice. Without the T, too. So it looks more like the state name. So that's I need to get one for Tino there. I'm just assuming maybe he's a Spartan. Tino, will you let us know where your college loyalties lie?
I think my favorite shirt though still is that when Brett Favre went to the Vikings, and it was that "We'll never forget you, Brent."
Right.
Do you remember that one?
My favorite is Hamblin's old shirt with the silver and black tank with 34 on it, rolling over a flattened Bosworth.
No, was that one of the old caricature shirts? Like
yeah,
that?
something like that. It said the Boz knows, Bo goes. Great shirt.
Oh yeah, he's Michigan. All
There we
right.
go. All right, it's a fair bet. But you hate when people assume, when people are like, "Oh, you went to school in Arizona, huh? Big Wildcat fan, huh?" Not so much.
Northern Arizona.
Right? I don't have a problem with any of you. The Lumberjacks. Rizzo with a single to right. El Santo. Grounded. Weird they couldn't turn 2 on that. It looked like
that's
they might have had to
strange.
flip. But somebody put up a picture on a baseball board on Facebook this week of Chase Utley and said, when I say Chase Utley, what do you think of? And I'm like, one play in particular,
Yeah.
which is a shame given that he had a Hall of Fame-ish career, but good Lord. Sammy Sosa steps in.
Strike three. Tear out.
Don Sutton getting it done so far. All right, Duke. That's not going to do it. Campanella. Weird that a guy named Hack Wilson is a center fielder. I would have penciled him for corner outfielder, DH, first base type, but he's not bad actually. 7, that's pretty good.
Dude, that guy looks like he was a drinker. Look at that.
You're right.
Look at that face, man.
Yeah.
That's not a guy you'd mess with.
Yeah, he shut down a few bars, I'm pretty sure. Maybe burned down a few bars.
Just a different era.
Yeah. Zach, the liner, Billy Williams, up to the task. Well,
King Kelly on the Oregon.
That's right. There's a reason why the Cubs are 23-6. Good Lord. Dun, dun, dun.
Get your hot dogs here.
Right. I was going to say the best part of the game so far was the unannounced appearance of the hot dog guy.
You never know when he's going to drop in. It froze. I didn't see what happened there.
I was fly out to Reggie Smith, and I'm thinking we're giving a lot of credit to Don Sutton, but Reggie Smith, he's got the flow going a little bit there.
Yeah. Tino's got it. Let's see what he's saying.
Oh, wait a minute. Switch. Oh, that's a good bet.
Oh, wow. Nice. King Kelly, the kissing bandit.
Oh, yeah, here we
go. We should add that to our software requests
right?
for the next season's
Here
software.
She comes. Have it run out all 8-bit and pixelated, and like run out, and then the leg comes up. Ding.
That'd be perfect. Yeah, if you can superimpose your own photo on the top of it, so we can make it King Kelly.
Hack Wilson steps in. Gotta say, Don Sutton's been getting it done. All right, Pedro Guerrero, 2-3-4, and Arrieta only has 15 pitches left in it. So
that's the ending.
Well, maybe. Run, Pedro, run.
This is a bummer. I can't even run us out of this game right now.
Right?
Just not even getting any opportunity.
Strike 3. You're out.
Sounded good, but I think Hack's all over that. Yeah. Sutton seems strong.
Yeah, Rob and Tino have a couple more comments
There we
here.
go. Let's see here.
It would be nice if they just added random, even if they're just sort of vaguely close to the real mascots.
Yeah. San Diego. We'll have the Sacramento Rooster. And
yeah, there you go.
Morgan, the Kissing Bandit.
Is she even alive still?
I think she is.
That should be our first Eternal Baseball interview. We'll get Morgana, the Kissing Bandit.
Gotta imagine there's an agent there somewhere.
Or phone number.
She was the first influencer, pretty sure.
Oh man, can you imagine nowadays if she?
Yeah, right. Chris Bryant hits it a mile high, but only 90 feet long.
Mike Attic, welcome.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh, look at the bouncing ball. Looks like that ricocheted a little bit. Yep, off the leg of Sutton.
Oh man, that's not going to deter him.
Bad luck. Oh, El Santo. The Duke is all over it. All right, so here we go. It's the 9th inning before you know it. Arrieta is almost done. Let's see what we've got here on the bench that we may not have used. Babe Herman.
We gotta get him in just to see his photo.
Yeah, right. So
stalking Babe Herman.
He could hit for Turner.
Sure, why not?
And then Who do we have to play third? Jackie can play third.
Max Muncy.
We have Max Muncy. Max Muncy. That funky Muncy. Okay. All right, so Seeger's going to hit, and then we're pinch hitting.
Oh, man, Rob's not a fan of Morgana.
Man, what's up?
Drop the band hammer.
The one thing, man, about the people from back then, remember when when HD became kind of ubiquitous about a decade ago? And you got to look at like Bourbon and HD. Like, ooh, soften that focus, boys, because HD pulls no punches.
God, the amount of plastic surgery that must have occurred, like in all those newscasters and such.
All right, so Seeger's on. That's good. And now it's time.
Come on, Seeger, give me something.
He's not helping it out. But Babe Herman's here.
Babe Herman, do the close-up.
Speaking of HD.
Pinch hitting for
Oh, you changed his photo.
Yeah, I found a better
Herman.
one.
Ah, Weber, come on.
Just to no offense, if you're a relative of Babe Herman, cover your ears. Not an attractive man. And that's coming from me. So, yeah. But boy, could he hit. What a hitter.
Dude, that other photo is gold.
We're always getting better. Oh,
Run, babe. Oh, see, now you get, just out of spite, you got to put that photo back.
I should have kept his old photo. That's on me, really. Jackie Robinson steps in with 2 outs, 9th inning.
Here we go.
Jake Arrieta tired. Look, the numbers in 128 pitches in red. His max is supposed to be 125, but they're keeping him in there. Maybe we can make him pay. Run, Jackie. Hey, he's dead. And it's over.
The final score from Wrigley Field: Chicago 4, Los Angeles 1. Los Angeles is on a 7-game losing streak. Jake Arrieta is the winner. He is now 3-1. Don Drisdale is the loser. He is now 0-1 on the season. Gabby Hartnett hit home run number 5 on the season. Ryan Sandberg hit number 7. Billy Williams hit number 4. Hack Wilson hit number 6. Time of the game, 2 hours, 48 minutes.
I'm just looking at Drysdale's line versus Sutton, whose spot he took in the pen or in the rotation.
I'm looking at the ERA.
Yeah.
Ouch.
9.82. Tough day at the office for Don Drisdale. Don Sutton, though, not bad at all. I guess I got the wrong Don. But my favorite part is usually they'll put players of the game up here on both sides. But they're none of the Dodgers. Like, they chose no one to put out as a shiny star tonight. It's like, nope, Dodgers suck. Moving on.
Did Arrieta have any modifier on our stuff?
Nope.
No,
Just
man.
classic Arrieta. He's having a good year.
Whew.
9 innings, 5 hits, 3 walks. I mean, we got some traffic on, but it was all scattered around.
And nobody with any speed.
We weren't really threatening in this game. MVP of the game, Jake Arrieta. Well, no doubt. So, well, you tug on Superman's cape, and sometimes he punches you right in the face.
You know, I was hoping we'd do the entire calendar year for the season undefeated, but
And now we're 0-2.
just didn't.
In a row, two losses in a row, and
That's right. We lost last week. That's
We
right.
did, and we won't break it next week. For those of you that celebrate, and there's a lot of you, it'll be a Merry Christmas next week. So no Eternal Baseball podcast next week. Enjoy the holiday season, whatever holidays you may celebrate. It's the most wonderful time of the year, and it's always a wonderful time right here on the Eternal Baseball podcast. If you're new to the show, thanks for coming along. You can always find us on our homepage. That's eternalbaseball.com. We have team-specific message boards where we post the daily box scores, and it's the very first place news goes up. So announcements about what the game of the week is or roster changes, any of that, always hits our website first. You can also sign up for our free Eternal Baseball newsletter that goes out every Friday. And if you're a social media kind of guy or gal, you can find us on Facebook. You can find us on Twitter. We're all over the place. So it's not hard to find Eternal Baseball if you feel like a little baseball to get you through the winter. So sorry for both Brooklyn and LA Dodger fans. We did you wrong this week, but Cubs are for real. we'll have to keep an eye on them. They appear to be running away with it out in the National League. So anyway, good to see you.
Yeah,
Always-
thanks for joining us, gang.
Always good to see you, Roto. And thanks for joining us, everybody.
You as well.
Happy holidays from all of us right here at, time it right, Eternal Baseball.